Hello, hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is Fallout 4 NCR Lone Ranger. And we are right back where we left off in Vault Tech, trying to retrieve the man known as Valentine. Let's roll.
How you doing in there, Valentine? Hungry? Want a snack?
Keep talking, meathead. It'll give Skinny Malone more time to think about how he's gonna bump you off.
Don't give me that crap, Valentine. You know nothing, you got nothing.
Really? I saw him writing your name down in that black book of his. Lousy, cheating card shark. Exact words. Then he struck the name across through.
Seeing she had a perfect opportunity,
3
with the
times.
man perfectly distracted
In
talking,
the black book?
she figured she'd do this right. And the man never even saw it coming. Not knowing what was coming next, she put her replacement gun into play for the
Hey,
time
you.
being.
I don't know who you are, but we got 3 minutes before they realize muscles for brains ain't coming back. Get this door open.
And then she saw
I
it.
love the irony of the reverse damsel in distress scenario. Question is, why did our heroine risk life and limb for an old private eye?
Well, then she saw it for the first time. An honest to goodness synth, and she could see why so many people were unsettled and unnerved.
I don't know. Seemed like you needed help.
Well, thanks. I've been cooped up in here for weeks. Turns out the runaway daughter I came here to find wasn't kidnapped. She's Skinny Malone's new flame. And she's got a mean streak. Anyway, you got troubles, and I'm glad to help. But now ain't the time. Let's blow this joint. Then we'll talk.
There we go.
Malone's crew here used to be small time. Muscled out of the old neighborhood by bigger players. So they found this place.
Having seen the detective's face up close, she wondered how people could be replaced by them and not know the difference. Of course, most synths probably weren't as beat up.
Perfect hideout.
Hold up. I hear some of them coming. There they are. How do you want to play this?
His only job is to check on the prisoner. Why does that take so fucking long, huh? Hey, Dino, quit razzing that detective and get down here. Where the heck is he? What the?
The ranger wasn't afraid of killing, but it could be avoided. Probably could have been. Probably should be. But in this case, these triggermen were all shoot first.
Al. Not that it's an option. Hard and loud, huh? Well, gets the job done. Too bad for whoever cleans up the floors. This door's on the fritz. Let me see if I can get it open. Almost got it. There we are. Hell of a lot easier to do when the lock isn't on the other side.
The hell? Wait. What the hell?
Who? But nothing. Come on. Who's there? Be losing my mind.
You're playing with the wrong sense. Damn. Lost. They're here somewhere.
Lost us.
All right.
Found these triggermen, well, they had the guns, didn't seem to have the skill to use them all that good. Of course, that would explain why they used machine guns.
Clear.
Nothing. Low rent trash.
More stairs? Who built this damn vault? A fitness instructor?
May not have been the best time, but she was mighty hungry. And after a good fight,
Don't
well,
think I
maybe
can
not
pick
hot,
this.
but some good food does a world of good.
Skinny Malone and the rest of his boys are waiting for us somewhere. The name's, ironic, but don't let that fool you. He's dangerous. Another locked door. Shouldn't be too hard.
Well, the synth detective
Got it.
picked
But I
the
hear
door.
big fat footsteps on the other side.
She worked.
Once we
She
step
looked
through
around the
door,
room for
we're
some
ready
gear.
anything.
Nicky, what are you doing? You come into my house, shoot up my guys? You have any idea how much this is gonna set me back?
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for your two-timing dame, Skinny. You ought to tell her to write home more often.
Oh, poor little Valentine. Ashamed you got beat up by a girl? I'll just run back home to Daddy. Shall I?
Should've left it alone, Nikki. This ain't the old neighborhood. In this vault, I'm king of the castle. You hear me? And I ain't letting some private dick shut us down now that I finally got a good thing going.
I told you we should have just killed him! But then you had to get all sentimental. All that stupid crap about the old times.
Darla, I'm handling this. Skinny Malone's always got things under control.
Oh yeah? Then what's this lady doing here, huh? Valentine must have brought her here to rub us all out.
She didn't know what quite to say, so she picked the thing that came from her heart.
Darla, listen to me. You have a home to go back to. You don't want to throw your life away with these thugs?
Don't you try to confuse me! Get him, Skinny!
However, that didn't work out too good at all. So, she went and did what she always does. Her best. Ah, good, she thought. Triggerman turned around. Didn't have to shoot him in the back.
Walk away from. Well, so much for Skinny Malone. Think he's lighter or heavier with all those holes in him? Well, the bullets probably add a few ounces. Good night, sweet prince. Here's to all the old days.
It'd be an awkward conversation with Darla's parents when I tell them their daughter bit the big one.
Well, at least the case is closed. Let's get out of here. There's a service ladder that should take us right to the surface.
At first, she felt a little conflicted taking out the big man, but then she realized he was human filth, and his little girlfriend was a mite more than crazy. Plus, he was a leader of these here Triggermen, and that was one less organization out there that got a bit more disorganized. Probably did the Commonwealth here a world of good by taking him out.
Look at that Commonwealth sky. Never thought anything so naturally ominous could end up looking so inviting. Thanks for getting me out. How did you know where to find me, anyway? Not many people knew where I went.
Your secretary, Ellie. She sent me.
She did? I should give her a raise.
I want you to come to my office in Diamond City. Give me all the details. Besides, I think you've earned a chance to sit down and clear your head.
Lead the way, Nick.
All right, let's move fast. Follow me.
Felt good to have someone who seemed to know where he was going. Perhaps they could avoid trouble along the way.
Oh, hell no!
Something out there.
Yes, we're not alone.
Got your back! Move!
Chained up on the other side.
Find him and kill him!
Lights out for you.
Gallery! done, asshole!
Protection system. What's that?
Look who it is. Doing the world a service. You're in for it.
The rest of the raiders were left behind to their own devices. They just moved on together.
Doesn't take long.
The ranger didn't want to put down the dogs, but she also figured way down in the deepest heart of hearts, nobody really did.
That goes both ways. Always keep your eyes out and your head on a swivel. Things can go from calm to deadly in a heartbeat. Diamond City is as close to safe as you can get in these parts. Security keeps the perimeter under control, but it's always a struggle. Despite the mayor's bragging, it really is the most secure settlement around, even if it comes with a few uptight guards.
She couldn't disagree with what the synth said. She saw that Boston, and especially around Diamond City, was pretty much a war zone all the time. Raiders all around. Sometimes even super mutants or worse. Where was Nick and all the security when she came by the first time, she wondered, grumbling about the super mutants she had put down. Oh sure, now that she cleared it out, they could just sit and relax.
Everything outside the wall ain't safe. That's just how it is. cause trouble, there's gonna be trouble. Got it?
Ellie? Are you here?
Nick? Oh God, it's really you.
Well, it's hard to mistake this mug for anyone else.
You keep laughing at death. Someday, death's gonna laugh back.
Not as long as I got a few friends to back me up.
You saved Nick, this agency, and my job. Thank you.
Metal detective delivery. At your service.
Happy to be in a niche market, that's for sure. Here. I know an amount wasn't on the table when you went out to find him, but you deserve a reward. Plus a little something extra. You know, if you're looking for work and don't mind putting on the detective hat, Nick sure could use a new partner.
Whoa. One case at a time, Ellie. Our new friend needs our help first. All right, let's get down to business. Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
The ranger appreciated the praise and the attention, but felt a little on the spot about talking about the kidnapping she had heard about, plus her own children's kidnapping.
When you're trying to find someone who's gone missing, the devil is in the details. Tell me everything you can, no matter how painful it might be.
They were in a vault when it happened. Vault 111. It was some kind of cryo facility.
Underground, huh? Sealed up. It's a lot of obstacles to get through just to take one person. What else can you tell me?
There was a man and a woman. They didn't say much.
So we're talking a small team. Professionals. The kind that know to keep their lips tight when they're on the job. Anything else you remember?
I came across a holotape. It sounds a bit like cold-blooded murder.
So, we're talking about a group of cold-hearted killers. Anything else you remember?
A baby boy. He was kidnapped, and I still don't know why.
Good question. Why an infant? Someone would be taking on all of his care, and a baby needs a lot of it. Now, that confirms it. This isn't a random kidnapping. There's a lot of groups in the Commonwealth that take people. Raiders, super mutants, the Gunners, and of course there's the Institute.
Who are the Gunners?
High-end mercenaries. No job too brutal. They're in the running as likely suspects. They wouldn't be the ones pulling the strings.
You think raiders might have done this?
I honestly doubt it. They can barely organize themselves, let alone pull off something this complicated.
So, you think this institute is responsible?
Well, they're the boogeymen of the Commonwealth. Something goes wrong, everyone blames them. Easy to see why. Those early model synths of theirs strip whole towns for parts, killing everything in their way. Then you got the newer models, good as human, that infiltrate cities and pull strings from the shadows. Worst of all, no one knows why they do it, what their plan is, or where they are. Not even me. And I'm a synth myself. A discarded prototype, anyway.
You're a prototype?
As far as I know. Never seen any other synth like myself. There's the older ones that are dumb as rocks and all metal, and there's the newer ones that are almost human. I'm somewhere in between.
Don't lie to me, Nick. You're one of them. They made you.
Yeah, I've heard it all before. You're a freak. You've got something to hide. Blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, people smart enough to build something like me are smart enough to cover their tracks, and arrogant enough to throw their unwanted trash into the Commonwealth to fend for itself.
Either way, it's done. Let's move on now.
You're right. The speculation is getting us off track.
He had a handgun. That sound.
Could have been a large caliber revolver. Huh. I'm starting to get a clearer picture of the kind of man our perp is. Anything more you can tell me?
I'll never forget that voice. Low and rough. Like sandpaper. Across your face.
Huh. Not much to go on, but a tough and commanding voice can get someone pretty far in the violence business. What else?
Anything else?
Getting close. I can feel it.
Have any ideas?
Wait. It couldn't be. You didn't hear the name Kellogg at all, did you?
Her heart flew into her throat as she heard someone else say that name. Oh, she knew who he was, but she wasn't going to let on. No. She was going to see what they knew, added it to the information she already had.
Who is he?
Way too big of a coincidence. Ellie, what notes do we have about the Kellogg case?
The description matches. Reputation for dangerous mercenary work, but no one knows who his employer is.
And he bought a house here in town, right? And he had a kid with him, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. The house in the abandoned West Stands. The boy with him was around 10 years old.
Maybe it's another kidnapped kid.
Yeah, either that or he's got a son of his own. Not a comforting thought in any case. Both of them vanished a while ago. Haven't been heard or seen since. Let's you and I take a walk over to Kellogg's last known address. See if we can snoop out where he went.
Security doesn't really go to that part of town, but you two should still be careful.
I always am.
She tried to contain her excitement and was very glad she wore a helmet at
You've
the
really
time.
gone through a lot, haven't you? Hope you and Nick find that monster.
And she really wanted to find that monster. To calm herself, she decided to take a quick look around his place
There we go.
and see what few bits and bobs might not be missed. Mostly she was looking for
Be
bullets,
careful.
but there were other things, case files laying around, but nothing at the moment caught her attention. And if they weren't going to stop her from taking a few bits and bobs here and there, well, that was on them for not stopping her. But she really did want to learn more about what they knew about this Kellogg feller. She was getting so close. She could taste it. And thank you all for joining me. I hope you're enjoying my content as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. And I really do enjoy making it for all of you. If you do like my content, then please head on down below the video and hit the little thumbs up button and leave a comment about what you liked. I read every single comment and I do take most of it to heart. And on that note, if you do not like my content, then please head on down below the video, hit the little thumbs down button, and a comment as to what you don't like. I do want to improve, and I do read every single comment, so this would be your chance. And if you'd like to support my channel in a more meaningful way, then please consider heading over to my Patreon campaign. Patreon subscribers can get themselves a slew of rewards, including early access to all my videos, Patreon exclusive stuff, and a chance to talk to me live on my monthly Q&A. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope to see you all next time.